Welcome, wildflowers, to the Empower Portal membership. I'm Erin, as you know, and I'm so happy that you're here today to move your body with me, to love your body with me. So let's get going. You are in a 30-minute lunar practice right now, and a lunar practice is all around calming the body. Lunar, think inward. Solar, outward. Lunar, cozy, sweet. This practice today is specifically to bring the energy from the top down in our bodies. So it's wonderful for after a long day at work. We will be moving our bodies a little bit. It'll be slow, it'll be sweet. There isn't anything specific that you need to have with you, but I do recommend, if you have yoga blocks, to have them nearby. Or any, like a cushion or two, and we will end in a shavasana, so if you want a blanket or any little extra props around there, by all means, gather your goodies. And today we are going to actually start standing. So when you come to the top of the mat, I want you to take the feet underneath the hips. So like I said, we're grounding the energy, right? So we're gonna start lifted and we're gonna slowly bring ourselves down to the floor today. So once you stand up at the top, root into your feet, shine your palms forward in front of you, and gently draw your shoulder blades down your back. You can lift up your chin, stand nice and tall in your Tadasana pose, your mountain pose, as you feel your feet anchor into the ground underneath you. And then from here, I just want you to notice your breath. And as you notice your breath, just start to rock side to side. To the left a little bit, to the right a little bit, back, side, and then I want you to switch to forward and back. So lean into the pad of the foot and then the ball of the foot. If you need to open your eyes, if this is a little wobbly, go ahead. And then I want you to find a circular motion, a counterclockwise circular motion. So starting to come back to your center of gravity. A lot of the times when we get swept away in our day, in our week, we lose connection to the center of our body because we're working from the head. So start to go the other direction. Your circles, you can start to go clockwise. So start to feel that activation again, once again in the core. And then when you find your sweet spot, when you find that powerful place, find stillness. We're gonna move from that place today. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale to Om or hum. Om. We're going to do two more, rolling like that. Inhale. Om. One more just like that. Inhale. Om. We'll start with half standing sun salutations. Your eyes can be closed or open. Breathe in, stretch your arms up above you. Stretch to the side waist. Exhale, bring your energy down and in, hands to heart center. Keep your feet strong and stable in the ground. Inhale, reach up, stretch to the side body. Exhale, bring your hands down into the chest. One more time, breathe in. And then breathe out. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. Start to wiggle your feet a little wider than your hips. Point them out and come to sit down into your squat. Your Malasana squat, bring the knees to the upper arms and point your toes out if they're not already. Open the chest, press the palms together, and maybe rock side to side. Feel the ground underneath your feet. If you want to sit on a block or a cushion here, it might be nice for you. Go ahead and try that. From here, keep anchoring into the outer edges of the feet. We'll do a gentle twist. Walk your right hand out. Float your left arm up. Draw your shoulder blades together behind you. Breathe in this place. And then come back to the middle, hands to heart center, open the chest, reset. Crawl your left hand wide, keep the arm on the inside of the leg, lift your right arm high, lean back. And keep pressing into the outer edges of your feet. Come back to center. Inhale, open your chin, your chest. Take your fingertips to the ground, fold forward, start to point your toes forward. I'd love it if you keep your feet wide right now. Bend your knees, bring the belly to your thighs. Option to keep your hands dangling or hook your right elbow underneath your left elbow, just a hook so the hands are loose, and then just sway. If a sway feels good, of course. And breathe into your upper back. You can lean to the right, left, forward, back. And then release the hands, bring your feet together. Breathe in, take a halfway lift, come flat through your back, chest draws forward. Then exhale, fold towards yourself, head heavy. Press into your feet, inhale, rise all the way up, reach your arms there too. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. This time, keep your feet together, but start to lift your heels. Come to sit down on your heels, and then begin to open your knees. You'll start to walk your hands forward. And you can start to sway side to side. Move your hips a little bit. Your hands could be a little closer. I just want you to get intuitive here. What needs to let go from your week, your day. And wherever you are, fold over the legs, heel toe your feet wide once again, and then hook the left elbow underneath your right, whatever side you didn't do. And big bend in the knees, the toes will point forward. Soften through your neck. Let it all out. And let go of what you're doing. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And then exhale, fold towards your legs and bow. Root to rise. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And then bring your hands into your chest. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Feet can be wide, a little wider than hips. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling and then lean over to the right. You can peek under the left arm. That's a little too much for you. What you'll do is you'll take your right hand to your left wrist. It'll just change the shape a little bit in the low back. And then come back up like a clock arm, left hand down, right arm to 12, breathe in. And exhale, lean to the left. Same thing goes for this side. If you need to give that extra support, you can hold the wrist. Just making sure your back feels good. And then come back up. Heel toe your feet wide as you can comfortably, and then really press into the outer edges of your feet. Hands on your hips, breathe in, lift your chin, lift your chest. Then exhale, lead with your collarbone, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the earth, let your head hang heavy, relax the neck. So there's a few different options for everybody here today. We're gonna do just one forward fold and spend some time in it. Forward folds, anything with your head lower than your heart, it's really down regulating. And of course, if you need to lift your head up at any time, go ahead. First option is staying here, walking your hands through the feet. Lean the weight into the toes, really traditional forward fold. The other option is if you do still need a little bit of movement today, you have a little energy kind of built up in you, you can lift your chest up and just do a gentle, really slow and sweet sway side to side. Lunge to the left, lunge to the right. For my friends who like to go upside down into headstand, this would be a great opportunity, only if it's a down regulating shape. Take the top of your head to the ground, press the floor away with it. You can either do the tripod with your hands in front of you or bring your hands behind you and then lean into the toes and you might start to lift. Whatever that might look like for you today, you can lift your legs all the way up, you can lift them halfway, but make sure if you're doing that, you're pressing the head into the floor so your neck's supported. So take about 5 to 7 breaths wherever you've chosen, and you can always change your mind. Feel it in the body, wherever you are. Then if your legs have been lifted, start to take them down. If you want more time, of course, you just take that. You know that by now. You can lift up. You know me, there's no rules here. And then you can start to bring your hands on the hips, come all the way up. You can heel toe your feet together. And then come all the way to sit. Once you've landed on your bum, you'll reach the legs forward. Bring the right sole of the foot to the inner line of the leg. Turn to face your left leg and fold. Some of you might hold on to the bottom of the foot. Some of you might hug underneath your knee. Some of you might even need to bend your knee a little bit so the hamstring can feel better for you. You can let your head hang heavy, breathing into the back body. Breathing into the upper back, the shoulders. Keep pressing your left foot down, your heel down. You can start to lift back up. Take your right hand behind you. Turn your left toes so your foot can come flat. Lift your left arm overhead for joy pose. Lift up. Lean your body back. Press your hips forward. Really plug the bottom shoulder in. And start to come down. Step your right foot to the outside of your left leg. Point the toes forward. Start to twist to the right. You can hug or hook your top leg with your left arm. Right hand comes behind you. For those of you who have a tight hip, what you can do is take your right thumb into your hip crease and kind of draw it down to lift your chest higher. You can go from there. You can look over your right shoulder as you breathe into your chest. And come back to the middle. Wrap your right knee on top of your left. Option to bring your left heel into the bum too, coming into your cow face legs. You can either fold from here and stay, or if you want to come into full cow face, reach your left arm up, bend your elbow. I'll show you from the back here actually so you can see it. And you can stay like this, hold on to the elbow. Notice my spine's tall. I'm not going into any sort of like weird contortion in my spine. Or if you want to go full, reach your right arm out, turn the thumb down, reach behind you for your fingers. Now this isn't always available, so you can hold your shirt or a strap between. Wherever you are, do your thing. And then if you want to fold from there, go ahead. That's not personally my favorite shape, but my body doesn't like it, but it doesn't mean your body won't like it. So you can go ahead and try that out, see what happens for you. I kind of do one at a time. And if you want time in each of them, take about 3 to 5 breaths in the arm variation and then in the fold if you don't want to do both at the same time. And release what you're holding. You can roll out the shoulders a little bit. Take your hands behind you, feet in front of you, a little wider than hip distance, and just find a little windshield wiper motion. Keep the chest lifted. And you'll switch sides, stretch the right leg forward, bring the sole of the left foot to the inner line of the leg. You'll turn your chest and your body towards the leg and start to fold. And finding your fold, whatever that looks like. Again, you could kind of cuddle underneath the hamstring. You could bend the knee a little bit to create more comfort in the low back. Some of you might be holding onto the foot. If some of you, I didn't say this in the last one, but if you want more space, if you have more there to give, you might take a block in front of the foot. But I don't want you to be pushing and pressuring yourself. I want it to be a little bit more down regulation. So just listening to your body. Keep hugging the right hip back. Let the neck relax. A couple of breaths here, in and out of the nose. Start to walk up. Plant your left hand behind you, point the fingers away from your bum, and then loop your right arm forward and up over your right ear. Come flat on your right foot. You can start to press your hips out and up, open the chest, and breathe into the collarbone area, the belly. And lower your body down. Step your left foot to the outside of your right leg, flex to the right toes, and start to twist to the left. Left hand can come behind you. And again, it's kind of nice sometimes to press the hip down to feel more lift in the spine. You can do that if you want. And then look over to the left. Keep pressing the sit bones down. And this one, I want you to have the left hand barely on the floor. So we're not leaning, we're really tall, proud. Come back to the middle. Let the left knee wrap on top of the right. Option to bring your right heel into your bum. Same thing goes for this. Start to feel your sit bones press down. Maybe you hang out here. You can do any combination of the pieces I'm about to show you. Or you can start to reach your right arm up, bend your elbow, hold onto the elbow. Notice my spine's still tall. I'm not back bending, I'm not rounding. So just kind of be honest with yourself there. And then you stay like that, or reach your arm out, reach back for the fingertips. From here, you're welcome to fold. Like I said, my body finds it intense. So notice if your breath shortens when you do that, that's a sign that maybe you're pushing just a tiny, tiny bit too far. You will get there through small, inspired pieces of action rather than forceful pushing ones. Let that go. Take your hands behind you, unravel the legs, feet to the floor, and then you can sway side to side. And one last one here. I want you to open up your legs so that your legs are wide, toes point in. So your hip bowl, your pelvic floor bowl, your pelvic bowl. There we go. There are the words. Lean forward so your booty sticks out and back a little bit. So a lot of us do forward folds and we sit up tall and we kind of round in the upper back, but I want you to kind of sit out, turn the toes in, and then start to walk your hands forward. This might look really different for you, that's okay. And if you do find you're really sticky in the low back, sit on something to elevate. Some of you might take your peace fingers around your big toes and draw yourself forward. Some of you might take your thumbnails under your forehead. Let your head be supported and draw your shoulders down your back. Breathe. In and out, up and down. Walk yourself back in. Help your legs together. Come to a seated child's pose. So knees together underneath you. Maybe do a little rock, side to side. Roll all the way down onto your back. I'm going to change ways with you. Ooh. Once you land on your back, stretch your left leg forward, flex your toes, bring your right knee to your chest, hold on to the shin. You can just relax your right foot, lengthen through your neck, breathe in, and then a gentle squeeze of your right thigh closer, breathe out. Do that a couple more times. Just be with the gentle weight of the biceps. Draw the leg closer. And plant your left foot on the ground. Stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. Press your heel there and hug your right hip down. And you might try gently to draw the leg towards you. If you stay here, this is perfect. If you want to send the left leg forward, if you have that availability, go ahead, but no stress, no pressure. And if you do send the left leg forward, I want you to imagine that both big toes were turning in a bit. It's almost like you're scissoring the inner thighs. Smooth it out. And then if your leg is long, the left one, plant your foot on the ground. Wrap your right leg up on top of the left. Lift your hips up and over to the right. And let your knees come down over to the left. Your right arm can stretch out beside you. You can even look there with your eyes. If this twist doesn't feel good in your body, what you can do is take the knees down and do it that way and stack the left hand on top of the right thigh. Or you can do left leg long and right thigh bent. Any twist that feels really nourishing here for you. Just let the breath come back to neutral in your body. And come back to the middle. And when you come to the middle, bring the left thigh towards your chest, reach the right leg forward, bring the thigh to body. Press the right heel towards whatever's in front of you. Breathe into the belly. And then exhale, squeeze. Shoulders are soft. Face is soft. Body is starting to feel a little more grounded, maybe. Deep breaths. Finding that earth energy in your body. Two more. Then plant your right foot on the ground. Stretch your left leg up towards the ceiling. You can hold the back of your leg. And then press your heel towards the sky. You stay as you are. Begin to stretch your right leg forward. You do you, whichever way. And then if both legs are long, turn the big toes in a little bit. So it's almost like you're scissoring the thighs. Take a couple breaths here with the left leg high. Long through your neck. And then if your right leg is long, plant your foot back down. Wrap your left leg on top of your right. Lift your hips up and over to the left and let your knees drop to the right. Your left arm can extend beside you. I also do like the stacked knee variation for a little less intensity, so feel out your body. Or you could always send the right leg long, just as long as your body is in rotation somehow, some way. And then in twist, it's always important to look where it is best for your neck. So it could be to the left, it could be to the right, or it really could be straight up towards the ceiling. Smooth it out. Drop back into the breath. Drop back into the belly. Come back to the middle. Untie your legs if they were tied, feet on the ground. Sway your legs left to right. When you come into figure 4 on the back, cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, flex through your right toes, and then loop your hands through for the left hamstring or the left shin. If you want something a little more relaxing, you can just keep the left foot on the floor. Long through your neck. Soft through your shoulders. Long through your spine. Then maybe rock side to side. Pressing your sacrum into the ground. Your sacrum is that triangular bone right above your bum. Just gently press it down here. Release. Left foot down, switch sides. Right foot down, and then switch. Reach through for the right leg in some capacity, or you could even leave the right foot down. I just want your shoulders and your hips to be really connected to the earth. And breathe here as you start to rock side to side. Couple more breaths here. Grounding your energy from the day. And then when you're ready, take the feet to the floor. Sway your legs side to side. As you sway your legs side to side, breathe. And then bring the legs forward and long. Stay with me here. There's a few instructions. Reach your arms over the head. And then walk your heels over to the right. This might be enough for you, and you can just relax from there. We're seeking some sort of sensation along the left side or the rib. If you want to intensify, you can start to snuggle your shoulders over to the right too, so your body starts to look like a human banana. And then from here, what you can do is take your left ankle. These are just additional options, by the way. Your left ankle on top of the right ankle, or you could hold onto your elbows. And then same as a twist, just kind of look where it's best for your neck. So that might be to the left, it might be straight up, it might also be to the right. And just take a couple breaths here in a really easy side bend. No pushing, no pulling, no forcing, just being. In and out, up and down as you breathe. Two more where you are. And then walk back to center, breathe in, take a big morning stretch, point fingers to toes. Then let that go. Switch sides, bring your heels over to the left. That might be enough for you if you already start to feel a little something something in the right rib. Or you might start to wiggle your shoulders to the left too, creating a little bit of more of a curvy banana here. Then you can do little add-ons if that's feeling right, hooking the right elbow on top, or the right ankle on top of the left, and then maybe grabbing your elbows. If you do some adjustments and they don't really feel that good, you can just unhook and come back to a shape that feels nice. Smooth it out. Unclench your teeth and your jaw. Soften the eyes if they're not already. Maybe even open and close your mouth a couple times here. Squeezing the face, opening the mouth, just relaxing completely. Slide back to the middle. Inhale, fingertips to toes, stretch long. Bring it into your chest, knees in, hug yourself. You're going to come into a waterfall, stretch your legs up towards the ceiling, feet about hip distance apart, arms up too. Just kind of rock. Kind of rock side to side. Eyes closed. If the rock doesn't feel good, don't worry about it. If you want your arms down, you can do that. 10 breaths. In and out. If you want to shake it all, toes and the fingers, that feels good. Just do a little movement here. Please do. Invitations are all there for you. When you're ready, I want you to imagine coming into a starfish. Widen your legs really slowly and lower arms and legs for 10, 9, 8, 7. If you're almost there, it's okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up, take up space. Feel everything connect to the ground. And let your body just be here for a couple of moments in stillness and sweetness and quiet. Letting go of any more of that noise that might be caught from the day, just letting it drift away. And coming back to you. Keep you here today. I recommend staying for another 10 to 20 breaths, maybe even 30. When you do decide to go on with the next piece of your day, be slow. Take your time, wake up your body with ease. Thank you so much for being here, showing up for your practice, for yourself. The Queen in me honors and sees the Queen in you. Namaste.